let's start in this game with the Packers and the Lions in Lambeau, where Jordan Love returns to practice for the Packers. What have we seen now, side and total, with Green Bay and Detroit in a huge game in the NFC North?
Yeah, this was a big mover right before we came on air at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And this was this morning. Lions, 3 heavily juiced, even a couple 3.5s out there. But with Jordan Love being on the practice field, we have gone through the key number of 3, which shouldn't shock anybody. A quarterback has that kind of power in terms of a line movement. Jordan Love being one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, so that shouldn't be shocking. So we're sitting here now, Detroit Lions, 2.5-point favorites on the road at Lambeau Field. All the 3s are gone. People interested in Green Bay, as it looks like Jordan Love has a really good chance to play this upcoming Sunday. Has to probably clear a couple more hurdles a little bit, but right now, indications and signs are pointing towards Jordan Love being on the field. The total also has gone up. That's now at 48.5 after being in that 47.5, 47 range when it was unclear whether Jordan Love could play in this game. Still no confirmation, but I'm guessing once we do get confirmation, we'll probably get more and more Green Bay Packer money coming to the market to where, Nick, it wouldn't surprise me if honestly this closes like 1.5, maybe 1, or even a pick, honestly, because the Green Bay Packers are thought of really highly, as are the Detroit Lions, but Green Bay being the home team, Jordan Love on the field, this feels like we're going to be in that pick range once we get some confirmation.
Yeah. What do you think you'll want to do in this game if and when it's announced that Jordan Love is playing and the market moves a little bit more towards Green Bay?
Bet the Detroit Lions. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have to bet Green Bay, right? Mr. Jordan Love and Mr. Packer all season. If he plays, I think I have to bet them.
Well, have you bet them yet? And also, it looks like he's going to play. Wouldn't you rather take it now before it moves when we get the confirmation?
I guess my problem was I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not, and I was hoping that Malik Willis was going to play. So maybe Detroit would have gone up to 5 or something, or 6. I don't know if it would have ever gone to 6, but I would have tried to bet Green Bay at the top of the market there with everyone betting on Detroit, and I feel it would have felt really good about Green Bay in that spot. Any Packers plus money line price, if we get to Sunday morning and Jordan Love is playing, that'll be a bet for me on the Green Bay. I'll have to be stubborn and stick with my bet on Green Bay. And I understand why people like Detroit. Also, I don't like this defense that much. And you bet the Titans last week, which is not me saying, wow, what a bad bet. We all agree, we all watched the game. I don't know if it was a good bet. I mean, you lost 52-14. Oh, it's a good bet. I just don't know if it's a terrible bet. To be fair, there were circumstances. All the special teams plays that went Detroit's way in the game. The box score, it says should have been much closer than the final score indicates. I don't think Detroit's as good as Green Bay without Aiden Hutchinson. So, we shall see. We'll bring you more, obviously, coming up tomorrow on the show. We'll see if Jordan Love practices on Friday. Danny Parkins with us, co-host of Breakfast Ball on FS1. Danny, be honest. Does it make you sick knowing that Jordan Love is better than Caleb Williams?
All right, take it easy. Take it easy. This guy throws a lot of interceptions. All right? He had an incredible stretch the last 9 games of last year where he only threw 1 pick and he looked like the MVP. And I considered quitting football, but then I remember that I'm addicted to it more than I am social media, and I would never do such a thing. But beginning of his career, 16-10 touchdown interception ratio, special since that 9-game stretch last year. A little bit worse than a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Very human numbers. Makes big plays, puts the ball in the end zone, but he throws the ball into harm's way. Caleb Williams, he's already, he's a young guy. He's a young guy. He doesn't have Matt LaFleur. He doesn't have, all those other things that I thought that he definitely had. But it's early. It's early. He can still be better than Jordan Love. I'm not willing to concede that yet.
No, and Caleb, I think, is going to be awesome. Next year, get a new head coach and a new OC, new better play caller. I think Caleb, big time, is going to be cooking with gas. So Jordan Love, Danny, at practice today for the Green Bay Packers. And I don't know if you saw the move in the betting market, but Detroit was a 3.5-point road favorite in Green Bay. Now it's under 3 with Love expected to play. So the Lions are 2.5-point road favorites in Lambeau on Sunday. Who do you think wins that game? Huge, obviously, high-leverage game in the NFC North and in the NFC. Detroit or Green Bay?
So I bet Green Bay at 3.5. I thought it was already trending pretty clearly that Love was going to play. And so, listen, I think that Green Bay is a very live dog in this spot. And I picked Detroit to win to make the Super Bowl before the season. So Detroit is better. Detroit deserves to be favored. I understand all of it. But Green Bay, man, they've scored at will this year. Malik Willis scored in 12 of 25 drives. that he played this year. Points went on the board in 12 of 25 drives, and they already have more takeaways this year than they had last year. So this team is very, very good, and I am just not convinced that the Lions have enough defensively without Aiden Hutchinson. They're okay, but I think that you are going to give up a ton of yards on the ground to Jacobs, and I think that the Packers can win a shootout. So me getting more than a field goal at home with Jordan Love, again, I got it before the line move. I'm very comfortable with my position in this game. I think this is a very high-scoring game. I think Jacobs gets into the end zone, which is obviously not any sort of earth-shattering take. But I don't trust Detroit without Hutchinson on defense. They'll score, but I think that that's a problem for them.
I like the Packers in the game also. I would ask you to lead us in a rendition of dun 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 dun, dun go Pack go, but I would never do that to you.
That will not be happening.
Yeah, big news for the Green Bay Packers. And I think also just a really good sign that Jordan Love, if he's on the field on Sunday, is not going to be like 70%. Like, if that was going to be the case, I don't think he would be practicing on a Thursday. Now, I doubt he's 100%. But like, let's say he's probably going to be in like that 85 to 90% range, good enough to where he can at least protect himself, which is like the most important thing, because you don't want this like nagging injury to become season ending and season over type of injury for the Green Bay Packers. So you did see with that video popping up on Twitter from the numerous Green Bay Packers beat writers, money has come in on Green Bay. Like, that shouldn't be shocking to anybody that like kind of somewhat follows how these markets tend to operate. And we saw yesterday and early this morning, this was Detroit 3 heavily juiced, maybe a couple 3.5s. Now it's 2.5 across the board. So we've gone through the key number of 3 to where the Detroit Lions are now a 2.5 point road favorite against the Green Bay Packers. My guess is that this is sort of where we sit. Maybe this goes down to like 1 or a pick if once it gets confirmed that Jordan Love is in, because this never would have been like 4 or 5 or whatever with Jordan Love healthy. That was obviously just anticipating that he misses the game. I think at this point, my strategy with this game is going to be wait for the confirmation that Jordan Love is going to play, then bet the Detroit Lions to win the game. Like, that's going to be my strategy. Like, as much as Jordan Love is a big boost for the Green Bay Packers, and it is a massive boost, I just don't like taking a compromised quarterback in a game against a division rival when that rival is as physical as the Detroit Lions are. So I think Detroit, right now, the better team. If I'm getting them at a coin flip price, when the other team's quarterback is a little bit nicked up, even if he's out there, probably a little bit nicked up, I just like the idea of backing Detroit in that spot. So for me, this is Detroit Lions. I would never tease Green Bay because Detroit's offense is good enough to actually like win this one by margin. I don't think they will, but it's good enough to do that. So this is Detroit or pass at these current numbers, and I'll go ahead and probably back the Lions once Love is confirmed.